Two grown men, co-workers, football fans, zero expertise. Mike, George. Since there's nothing else on TV, sit back, relax, and see what happens when two guys who work at the cable company steal 30 minutes of local access time while no one is looking on a channel that nobody's watching. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
It's Friday night, 8 o'clock. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Thanks for joining us tonight.
George?
Appreciate it.
There were some big games of football last week.
College and pro.
Yes.
And some good college.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Alabama pulled it out against Texas A&M in College Station. That was tough.
That was a good game. I watched a good portion of it, and I realized a couple of things.
You didn't watch the whole thing?
No. No, I didn't want to know how it ended. I'm not that invested in... No, I'm kidding. Very good game. Very exciting. I enjoyed the game. I was hoping that Manziel would, as we talked last week, I was hoping he might
stub his
stub his head or something.
Slip and fall on top of a loaded shotgun.
Provided by Nick Saban. That was his plan all along.
I'll tell you what, that game started badly for Alabama, and I was just sitting there falling into a deep depression very quickly. And the calm, cool, and collected A.J. McCarron pulled him out of the hole and jumped ahead.
He's awesome.
Was it 28-14 at the half?
I have some things to say about him
a
little later because he impressed me quite a bit.
Well, say him.
Well, I could say it now then. I think his reputation was that he is a game manager, and That's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. I think he proved in that game that he's much more than that, and he's a great quarterback, and he just doesn't manage the game. He takes it upon himself to win the game. So I was very impressed with that.
You wouldn't call that a game manager?
No,
okay.
No, because managing a game is more exactly. Managing a game is kind of just managing to make sure you don't make mistakes and things like that.
Well, they made their mistakes.
They did, but I don't think McCarron did. I think he had a great game personally.
I mean, he did, but didn't he throw an interception?
Yeah, but I mean, everybody does. Phillip Rivers does that. For pity's sake.
Well, Phillip Rivers. Hey, does Peyton Manning do it? Yes, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning does it too.
All right,
but it's not.
Phillip Rivers does it. Phillip Rivers is having a heck of a year. I'm not dissing on your
Washington Redskins, for God's sakes, but I will later.
Well, they deserve it.
Yeah.
But we had there were some other good games.
No, there wasn't.
There weren't.
No.
That was it.
That was the game of the weekend, anyway.
Well, I'll tell you something. I talked to my dad about it. My dad's a big Alabama fan. He's like, that Nick Saban, he keeps running Yeldon, and Yeldon, he doesn't get anything. If it wasn't for that A.J. McCarron, he would have run Yeldon again in the last play. And McCarron said, no, I want to throw the ball.
Yeldon got in a little bit of trouble with Nick.
I'm like, hey, they won the game against number 6 team who beat them last year in hostile territory.
That's right.
I'm pretty happy with the W. But
I am too.
Can they look at every point of that game and find places to improve? Absolutely.
Well, Saban's usually known for his defensive mind and things like that. I think this game didn't happen this time.
No.
Didn't happen this time. It was all that's another good thing about McCarron. He took it on his shoulders and went ahead and won the game because defense.
The fact that they were able to pull it out, Nick Saban is going to recruit the best defensive recruit in the country.
Well, of course.
I promise you, the number 1 defensive recruit in America will be playing for Alabama next year.
Yeah, well, they can afford to do that, and not that they're paying the players.
Easy, George.
We'll talk about
there were some
other
Louisville beat Kentucky 23-13. Michigan State just barely squeaked by Akron. What's that all about?
Oh yeah.
UCLA
Who is
beat
Akron?
up Nebraska, pushed them right out of the top 25.
Where's Akron? Anyway.
Oregon, they're for real, folks. 59, Tennessee 14, crushed them.
They're number 2 in the polls, too.
Washington Huskies, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Washington Huskies 34, Illinois 24. Washington, I believe, they're undefeated.
I think they're for real, too.
Ohio State 52, Cal 34. Number 22, Mississippi, beat the snot out of Texas. Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch, Texas. Western Michigan 17, Northwestern 38. The only reason I bring that up is Northwestern is undefeated. And then, of course, Alabama 49, Texas A&M 42.
Yes.
Hey, watch these commercials. Come on back.
We'll see you soon. Hey, welcome back. And I wanted to tell Mike how much I enjoyed seeing him wear a hat.
First time.
First time.
I think. This is my first hat.
This is your first hat of the season.
28 episodes. Never had
more
one
yet
hat.
to come. Yet to
I
come.
wore that elephant thing on my head.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be, that's going to be our Halloween episode or something. You want to go right to the polls?
Let's go right to the polls.
I want to mention
Okay, go
something about Charles Barkley. You know Charles Barkley.
Yes, I do.
Well, he was pretty famous for his antics in basketball.
Right.
Well, he said something about Johnny Manziel, which I think you'll like.
I can't believe I missed it.
He's talking to ESPN Radio in Chicago. He's an Auburn alum.
Chicago.
He's a Chicago Auburn alum.
Yes.
He said, Johnny Manziel, he's doing something I never thought was possible. He's going to make me root for Alabama this weekend. I never thought he would say those words. I'm so close to saying Roll Tide. Johnny Manziel is annoying me so much, I'm really close to saying Roll Tide.
My sister-in-law, Amy, she bleeds purple and gold. She is an
She'll
LSU
love that
fan.
then.
And my brother and his wife and their kids, they traveled to College Station to watch the game.
Cool.
And she was wearing Alabama gear. All you LSU fans
Is that
out there.
like the go?
When the game, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
But after the game, she said, okay, I got that out of my system. The world can return back to normal. She put on her LSU gear, took off her Alabama gear.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we had the polls here.
All right.
Number 1 in a surprise, 59 votes, Alabama. Oregon's number 2 with 1 vote. So Alabama is pretty entrenched. Clemson number 3, Ohio State number 4, Stanford, LSU, Louisville, Florida State, Georgia, Texas A&M. Round out the top 10.
Right.
Texas A&M dropped.
How many of those were SEC? 4?
4, I think. 4.
Very nice.
The world is starting to come together
Normalize.
now. Normalize.
Correct itself.
Normalize. Correct. It's a correction. Massive correction.
Okay. All right. Well, we have some good games coming up. Some notables.
Alrighty.
Clemson is traveling to NC State. That'll be a nice ACC matchup. Tennessee is traveling to Florida. North Carolina and Georgia Tech. So we've got ACC, NCC, ACC. West Virginia and Maryland. Maryland is favored in that game. Wyoming.
Terrapins.
Hey, the Wyoming Cowboys
Really?
are playing Air Force. Wyoming's favored by 3.5 points.
Cool. Oh, come on, Air Force.
Wyoming.
Kick their butts. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. Did they make it into the top 25?
Let's take a look real quick. I don't see Wyoming on here. No,
Your
I
list
do not.
doesn't go to 25. What's up?
Well, it's 22. What in the heck is wrong with this list? Maybe they're on there. It's the top
Right.
22, folks.
Hawaii is playing Nevada. That's a fun game. Michigan State at Notre Dame. Might be the college game of the week right there. Colorado State at Alabama. And the Saturday night game is Auburn at LSU. Toughest place in the country to go in and
we
win.
we talked about that
on a
last
Saturday
year.
night.
Now, Alabama doesn't have a bye this week again?
No, they're
actually
playing
playing.
Colorado State.
Did I mention
right.
I love your hat? Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, hey, why don't we talk about some NFL?
Okay. We can do that.
You know, last week, congratulations, you did very well.
And you did too.
Yes, we both went 13-3. Quite
13
proud of
and
that.
3. We should be very proud of that.
That's respectable.
We have a producer.
Last week he went 12-4.
Yeah, he did
12-4.
good.
He did
this
good.
week, he's tumbled a bit.
Yeah.
He did 500, I think, didn't he?
He went 8-8.
8-8.
But that's why
There's
he's
no
running the
shame
camera
in
and
that.
doing the editing.
No shame in that. You can copy our papers this week.
I don't know if I'm going to do that good this week because there's a lot of
it's so many ifs.
a lot of unpredictable
This is
games,
another
and I'm taking
week.
some chances too.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But there were some notable games last week in the NFL.
Really?
I thought it was impressive that the Bills beat the Panthers 24-23.
Right.
That was an exciting game.
That was exciting.
I was surprised that the Dolphins beat the Colts. I
Me
really
too.
thought the Colts
Me too.
were better than that.
Me too.
They beat them 24-20. How about the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Dallas Cowboys?
2-0. They've already.
You picked them to come in second in the division, and I'm like, you're crazy.
You're a freaking idiot. Yeah, but they've already equaled their win total from last year.
I don't think they're done yet.
I don't think they are either.
Your Chargers got past the Eagles.
That was huge.
Thanks, Chip Kelly.
Well, they had a
I would
short
have been
week.
14-2.
Short week. Traveled across the country, and came and won that game.
It was a
pretty
victory.
impressed.
Packers beat the Redskins 38-20. Redskins look terrible.
On both sides of the ball.
They look terrible. And the Broncos beat the snot out of the Giants. I'm sorry, Giants fans. 41-23. Giants are 0-2.
And it's okay with me. Sheila, he can.
I like
he
the
can
Giants,
go.
but every team in the NFC East lost this week.
I know it. That's a crappy division so far.
Hey, will you watch this commercial and come right back? Thanks.
Please.
Welcome back. Well, George, got some really tough games up this week.
I had 5 or 6 that are toss-ups, and
Easily
I
5 or
had
6.
I had a hard time. But
Thursday night, that game will be over by the time this show airs. But the Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to Philadelphia.
and the Vic Center. I'm going for Kansas City. I think they're gonna beat Vic and the Philly.
I'm going for Kansas City also, and I hope I don't get bit by this because, I love the way they finished, their games up to now, and they always stick it to me when I finally pick them. And I might be nuts thinking that they can go into Philadelphia at night, play against Vic, LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson,
And Marshawn.
but I'm taking Kansas City.
Kansas City. He's taking Kansas City, folks.
I am.
He's
Your Chargers-
through gritted teeth.
Your Chargers are traveling to Nashville.
They
play
are, and they're
Tennessee.
going to be taking care of the Nashville folk there.
Titans looked good last week. You know
San
that?
Diego. I still don't think they have the defense. I think
it almost
San
went.
Diego.
It almost went to overtime.
It did. It did.
Against the Texans.
Yep. Well,
So-
Chargers played them tough too. So let's see what
did.
happens this week. And I
I'm-
don't think Tennessee's as
Another
good a team.
away team for me. I'm taking the Chargers as well.
Really, I can't believe that. This is just amazing, folks.
I can't believe it either.
How about
The Browns are
Cleveland,
going
Minnesota?
to Minnesota.
Well, that Cleveland offense is really improved under North Turner. I think they've scored 6 points and 10 points in 2 games. So I think I'm going for the Minnesota
Vikings. Me
Vikings.
too. Yeah. Okay.
This
Tampa
is a
Bay.
tough one.
Is it really?
I thought it was.
Tampa Bay is traveling to New England.
New England.
I'm taking New
hasn't
England.
looked good.
I didn't look at this twice. I saw Patriots
I
and Bucks.
looked
I'm
at it
going with
like
the Patriots.
5 times, and I'd say I'm going for New England also.
All right.
But Tampa Bay, could be in that game. Houston at Balmer.
Yeah, Balmer. I'm
You
taking
go Ballmer?
No, I'm taking the Texans. I'm not taking Ballmer. They stink this year.
I'm going for Houston. I'm going for Houston. So,
right.
I think we're both going for Houston there.
The Rams are taking on the Cowboys in
Yeehaw!
Texas Stadium,
Yeehaw!
Jimmy World.
Jimmy World. And
I'm going with Dallas on this one.
I am too. I think he'll be happy. Jimmy will be happy.
Not a slam dunk.
No, I don't think so. Dallas has not. They've got a stacked
Rams might be
team.
the best unvictorious team so far this year. I'm not sure.
I think Dallas is stacked at lots of positions, and
They have been for years, and they never do anything.
They never do anything.
But
with
I think
it.
they're going to
Right.
do it this weekend.
All right. Me too.
And there was an opportunity missed last weekend with all the NFC East teams
Right.
losing, and
No.
every one of those teams let it slip away.
That's right.
That opportunity to jump ahead.
How about Arizona?
Cardinals are taking on New Orleans.
At New Orleans.
I'm going with the Saints.
I've got to go with the Saints.
Who dat?
But of course, with Drew Brees being the second coming of somebody.
All right.
Somebody,
The Detroit Lions are traveling to Washington to take on the Redskins. I have to admit, I picked the Lions, changed my pick,
And
to the
change it
Redskins.
again. No, you didn't, huh? I'm going with the Lions. I think Washington has looked too out of sync on both sides of the ball. They could get well, but RG3, he's a running quarterback that can't run. The defense.
If they go
hasn't
0-3,
impressed
do they
me.
bench him? Put in
They
Kirk
could.
Cousins?
They may give RG3
Give
a
him
little
some
more
time to recover?
Time to recover. Actually, it's been talked
Cousins
about this
isn't
week.
bad. He's good.
They've talked about it this week, but I think RG3 has another week.
I'm going with the Redskins.
Okay.
I don't love that pick. I'm taking the Packers over Cincinnati, but I like Cincinnati.
Oh.
I like how they looked Monday night against the Steelers.
That's my game of the week right there.
Okay. Who are you picking?
I'm going for Green Bay.
So we're
And
both
that's
taking
tough.
the away
That's
team.
a tough call, but that was another one that I looked at.
All right, real quick, the Giants at Carolina. I'm taking the Giants
I'm
over
going for the
Panthers.
Giants.
And I'm taking Atlanta over Miami.
That's my upset, since Miami is
Miami's favored.
favored. That's kind of unbelievable.
All right, why don't we
But-
stop there?
Okay.
And we'll take this commercial break. Come on
Thank
back.
you. Welcome back to the primetime edition of the Mike and George Experiment. We're going to go right into picks. Indy at San Francisco.
I took
which
San
is
Francisco.
German. Go ahead.
I took San Francisco.
I did too.
I don't know how you couldn't.
Well, after last
It's
week,
not like
I
they're
don't
playing
know.
Seattle.
Jacksonville at Seattle.
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 I can't imagine a
At
situation.
yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine a situation where I would take Jacksonville against any other team.
And we have something to say about that a little later, I think. Let's go Buffalo at New York Jets.
All right, this is my game of the week, and this is my upset. I'm taking Buffalo to win over the Jets.
And I am picking Buffalo too.
Okay.
I'm picking. How about Chicago at Pittsburgh?
Taking Chicago. And
I gotta
I've
go
taken
with
a
them.
lot of the away teams this week. But
The way Pittsburgh's been playing,
they look horrible.
I thought they looked bad last night. Well, the last game they played. So I'm going with Chicago also. And then Monday night, a big AFC West game.
I'm hoping that Peyton Manning will light it up because I got him as my fantasy quarterback. And
That's
he did
right.
not light
That's
it up
right.
last week. But
Denver,
I'm taking
Oakland
Denver.
at Denver, and I'm going with Denver, and I'm going big points on that. As a matter of fact, Mike and I, amazingly enough, picked the exact same points for
56
this game.
points.
56 points. So
Yep.
we're going huge. Hey, I got Ava's picks.
Let's hear him.
And remember, Ava is Mike's niece. Alabama over Colorado State. That seems safe. Stanford over Arizona State. Texans over Ravens. Seattle over Jacksonville. And Bucks over Patriots. Now, there's a limb there. Bucks over Patriots.
That is an upset. Thanks a lot, Ava. Good luck with your picks.
Yes. Yes.
George, do you have some George's true false shootout questions?
I do. Number one, Carson Palmer might throw 97 touchdown passes, but 54 of them will be the other team.
No.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think he'll throw 54.
Well, he is arguably I don't.
But I think
52.
I think half of them will go to the other team.
That's right. He's arguably the best quarterback throwing pick sixes. Matt, what's a pick six? Go ahead. We'll go to number two. The Seahawks should only get 4 home games in future seasons because of their home field advantage. It's so ridiculous.
It is tremendous.
Ridiculous.
Sean Alexander was raising the flag.
Oh, wasn't that cool?
I shot a game of pool. My old roommate from Tuscaloosa, Rob, and I shot a game of pool with Sean Alexander and one of his buddies. 2 games of pool with him in Tuscaloosa
and who won?
when he was there. Man, I don't remember. I think we split them.
I don't think he remembers very well anyway. It wasn't Sean Alexander. It was Shauna Smith, I think.
That'd be okay.
Oh, here's number 3. I personally will be picking against the Jaguars for the rest of the season.
Yes, so will I.
So will I.
That is true.
But you had a kind of another take on it.
I heard somebody say today, what's the higher number? The number of Broncos wins or Jaguar losses? And that's
sad.
That's a
sad.
pretty interesting question.
That's sad. Manziel is my part of my next question.
Okay.
I think Manziel, his first 2-3 games, has become a favorite for the Heisman Trophy to win again.
I don't think he is. I just think there's a lot of subjectivity into that.
It's hard to do. Who was the only guy? Archie Griffin, I think, was the only one to win it twice, I think.
No, there have been...
No?
No?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Let me take a look. Let's see. No.
All right,
Archie Griffin, 74 and 75.
I don't think he will.
It's tough.
Do I think he's talented? But I think a lot of people are not in favor of that because
he's a jerk.
Because of all these other things.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I liked him a lot better after he lost and he came out there and he said, this is college football. Last year, Alabama lost the game. They won the national championship. The year before that, they lost to LSU. They won the national championship.
Right.
So,
okay.
I mean, he's got a good attitude. I just wish he, was a little smarter in how he handled himself.
I'm hoping he improves.
We got an email. You can email us at themikeandgeorgeexperiment@gmail.com. Cherry writes, should college athletes be paid? I don't think so. I think that all college athletes should get some kind of stipend or like a an allowance, just so that they've got pocket change. But I don't think that they get money for based on performance or anything like that. I'm totally against that.
And I don't think the NCAA will ever go for that. So I think you're
Carol
right.
writes, are the Steelers done for the year?
They look like they're done for the year, but they got a good coach, good quarterback.
Can't count them out.
Can't count them out. I agree.
Hey, we want to thank our sponsors. Here in Helena, we've got Robert Allen Nissan, Augustine Properties, O'Shea's Aqua Dip, L&D Chinese Buffet, Dave's Exxon, Steve's Cutting Corners, and welcome Preferred Auto and RV.
Welcome.
In Billings, we've got Big Sky Collision, Suds Hut, Stronghold Surface Solutions, Home Improvement Warehouse, and Cadillac Jacks.
JAX.
Hey, have a great football week, everybody.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
And we want our friend Carla Jimenez to get better.
Please.
Which makes the best tamales around.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Hey, what were you going to tell me about
Johnny
Manziel?
Johnny Manziel.
They scored more. They got more yards on Alabama than any other team.
But this is pretty incredible. Johnny Manziel, all by himself, has accounted for 21% of the offensive yardage Alabama has allowed